What up, all my Mingas, and welcome to the Minga Sports Podcast. I am Nacho.
I'm Garuta.
Welcome back. It's Minga time.
When was the last Minga?
The last Minga was May 27th. It is August 8th as of recording tonight.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's been a while. Not a lot of football.
A lot of baseball. But
That's what we're gonna talk about
yeah,
today.
that's what we're gonna talk about today.
Because after this week, the next 4 weeks, and then after that is gonna be football, and then after that, the next 18 weeks is gonna be football.
Yeah.
And then after that, the next it's like 6 weeks is gonna be postseason football.
This is the last Sunday or last weekend without some kind of NFL football.
Or college football.
This is the last weekend without football until February.
Yay, I'm so excited.
I miss football.
I miss football.
Because I can't root for the Red Sox this year because we just forgot how to fucking play baseball. And
I was at work today. And I was just so excited to talk about sports again.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You can continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, as a totally non-biased Red Sox fan, Yankees can go eat shit. Stop being good at baseball.
True.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about where everyone stands in the MLB. What happened at the deadline. I'm sure a lot of people who watch sports already know what happened at the deadline, which is a lot.
A lot.
And chaos.
Yeah.
But we're going to give our insight on what we think. And we're going to start off with those fucking Yankees.
Fucking Yanks.
They got Andrew Benintendi, outfielder from the Royals for 3 minor leaguers.
I'm pissed. I wanted Benny back.
Yeah,
Fenway.
I did too. But
It's a shame.
Benny's hitting like phenomenal this year.
Yeah.
His triple slash
I
is
want him back.
very good.
320.
321 batting average, 389 on base, and a 399 slugging is very good. And especially with Giancarlo Stanton, perpetually injured forever and ever. He's a good outfielder to have out there.
Yeah, the Yankees have just, I think, haven't they lost a couple of games recently? But
yeah, they've been on a bit of a skid.
But yeah, the Yankees have just figured it out this season. I assume they're gonna choke somewhere in the playoffs, as they normally do. But man,
yeah, the Yankees will always start strong, and they did. They were like the first team to like 60 wins, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Like they hit it before the All-Star break, before anything, and then they went on a bit of a skid at the start of the second half of the season, losing a series to Houston, 2-1 with Baltimore, getting swept by the Mets, and then right now they're on a 5-game skid, and they're in Seattle for 3 more days, and then they come to Fenway. But, typical Yankees start out strong and lose all of your momentum after the All-Star break.
See, last season, Red Sox were just like, all right. And then after the All-Star break, just started crushing baseballs. Now it is the opposite.
It's not even the opposite. It's just like we played terrible in May. Or not May. We played terrible in April. We had a fantastic May and a fantastic June. And then just a terrible July. And it's like, it like goes on a month-by-month basis. So we'll see how August goes. I think it's not looking great so far. Yeah, we just lost.
No.
We just lost a series to the Royals. We did take 2 away from the Astros, but it's been a lot of L's.
The Astros added a lot to their roster as well. We'll get into that later, but
oh yeah, that is
A little
That's a
scary.
yikes.
Yeah. Well, if they can finally win a World Series without that asterisk on their back, then nobody will really talk about it.
Yeah, I think it is kind of a prove it year for the Astros because they built up. They're like the Packers almost of baseball, where they're perpetual contenders. They're always up there,
Yeah.
but like, they can never quite grasp at that World Series title. Besides 2017, but again, big asterisk. The next big trade was in Seattle, and Seattle's been fucking popping off this year. They are currently second in the AL West, 59-51 record. They're only second behind Houston because Houston's having a good year. But they acquired Luis Castillo from the Reds for like four of their best prospects.
Yeah. That was kind of a shock. I didn't expect to see him leaving, but I mean, I hope the Mariners can do something. I mean, what have they done in the past ever?
They
So
have the longest playoff drought in any major sport.
do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I think
it.
the last time they made it was 2001. Was the last time they made the playoffs.
Um.
It'll be easier for them to make it this year too because of the expanded playoff format.
Oh yeah,
Um,
they did expand the payoffs.
but I don't know how I feel about this move because they sold the farm. Their number 1, 3, and 5 prospects
For
all
Luis
went
Castillo?
for Castillo. Yeah,
Yeesh.
which that's a hefty haul
That's
for
that's way too much.
for a pitcher.
What, they gave away
So
2 shortstops and a right-handed pitcher. That is
yeah,
yeesh. I mean,
yeah, they gave
I
away a big package, a big.
but also MLB teams trade away prospects like fucking crazy. I don't know what it is, but teams go for like some old veteran and then just throw prospects at them
If
and
if
like in
you make
exchange.
it if you make it to the league in the farm system that you were drafted by, like, and in the team that you were drafted by, you are a stud.
Yeah.
Like, you are for sure a fantastic player. Because it's so rare that you will not get traded within your minor league uh farm, like the farm systems.
Yeah, you either get paid early to stay on a team and like that's
Yep.
what you're known for, or you get paid or you get traded around like crazy and then finally get paid. It
Mm-hmm.
it's so weird because you look at these like players who have been on like 7 different teams and then you're like,
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. It's like, yeah, because they get traded around like crazy. But
Yeah, it's because they were on 5 teams in AAA.
all right, let's continue on with the trades. Do we talk about all of them or just the important ones?
I'm going to talk about some of the important ones,
All
some of
right.
the names I know. So I'm
Okay.
going to talk about David Peralta, one of the only Diamondbacks good players. Good is a term I throw around loosely when I'm talking about the Diamondbacks. Um, Some of the Rays who are in need of outfield help currently with all of their injuries.
The Rays have fallen
Oh, yeah.
apart this year. Holy, the
Yeah.
Rays, they're 58-50, and they're struggling.
McClanahan is pitching fantastic though. That's about it.
Yeah.
About all I can say there.
Um.
They needed the outfield help. They their bats need to be a little better, but other than that, they're the Rays. They're probably gonna make the postseason
Well,
just because they've been that dominant.
I
I think
don't.
they've
I
been that
don't.
dominant in the
I
past few
don't
years.
know. The Rays making the postseason. How many teams can make the postseason now?
6. It's the 3
6.
division winners and 3 wild cards.
I don't know that
In
I
which
could
they
give
would
it to
make
the
it.
Rays. They could make maybe the 3rd slot. I don't know that I could give
Right
them
now,
that.
they would be in at the third spot. At the third spot.
Yeah, and we still got a lot of baseball left. So I do not see them making it, but
I think it's possible. It depends on what happens with the rest of the AL East. Because only one team is going to make it from the Central, right? You think Houston and Seattle
the Guardians have been heating up recently. Guardian, I mean, they're only one game behind the Twins. It's
going to be,
and
exactly.
then the White Sox are one game behind the Guardians.
Okay. Look how many games the Twins have won, right? And then you look at the other teams in the league, in the AL East and the AL West.
Yeah.
Like they're behind. Only one team is realistically going to make it from the Central. 2 teams are going to make it from the West, which leaves 3 spots open from the East. And the East is a fucking bloodbath.
Red Sox in last with 54 and 56. That hurts to say. The Jays are in second, 60-49. That's where I expected them to be. I don't think that they're going to win the division, but I expected them to be up there. And then the Rays again, 58 and 50. Orioles have been heating up, even though they will get to that trade later. 57-52. So they're going to start to slow down just a little bit, but
I think any one of the teams in the AL East can make the playoffs. Like there's a realistic chance all 5 of them can make it. With
how bipolar the Red Sox are, we could start to heat up and win the next 20 games and then lose the next 20. So
yeah, like anything can happen because there's still 2 months left before any of that postseason stuff starts.
And that's a lot of baseball.
Yep, but I think anyone from the AL East can make it. I think 3 teams are going to make it from there. I think Houston and Seattle are kind of already locked because Seattle started hot, and then
they've gotten better. So
yeah, they started hot, and then they were and then they're back to winning like 2 out of every 3 games, which is good.
Honestly, the Astros, like the AL this year is kind of weak. The Astros have a great chance at winning the American League and going to the World Series. They have a really good chance.
I think with what they added at the deadline, the Astros are for sure going to win the West.
Who's stopping them? Postseason Yankees? No. Like,
you're talking about winning the entire American League?
Yes.
I think the biggest threat to Houston is Toronto.
I was going to say that too because
if you meet Toronto in a series in the postseason, they're a tough team to play. Plus, some of your players aren't going to be able to go into Toronto to play because of the vaccination laws. I think there's a couple Astros that are not vaccinated and would have to sit out for that. And I think that is a massive advantage for the Blue Jays,
who have been pretty hot.
Yes.
They've been playing really good baseball. And the National League is just... it's a lot of good teams.
Yeah. The Mets are playing so well.
The Mets have been playing so good. I mean, and then the Braves. I thought the Braves were just digressing, and they're just like figuring it out. The Braves are playing good baseball.
They just got slightly worse Freddie Freeman with Matt Olson.
Yeah.
They just locked up Austin Riley for 10 years. The rest of their infield is fantastic. Their outfield is pretty good, especially with, Acuna actually playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Rosario's good too. Marcell Ozuna's a great DH. What's he hitting this year? Stats. No.
We're waiting.
I'm waiting. He's only hitting 215 this year. Maybe he's not doing great.
In any case,
Austin Riley's hitting 300 though.
The Phillies.
That's all that matters.
The Phillies have a really good roster, and they're only at 60 and 48. So that I expect the Phillies to be doing a little bit better. I think because the Phillies they really got like everything they need.
The Phillies are a weird team.
They got everything they need, but they're just I don't know what they're doing. Let's take
Yeah.
a gander at this.
Castellanos, Schwarber, and Harper outfield is just so good. Alec Baum, Rhys Hoskins, JT Realmuto, like these are good. Uh, these are very good players. They got Syndergaard back. Not back. They got Syndergaard.
Wait,
At the trade deadline.
I don't remember seeing that.
Oh, I do.
I do not remember that.
He
When did
was
that
gonna.
happen?
He was gonna go to.
How did I miss that?
I don't remember. He was gonna go to another team. I think he was gonna go to like the Padres or something. Not the Padres. One of the NL West teams, I think. And then the Phillies just kind of swiped him. But their rotation's kind of deep. Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, and Syndergaard. I don't think Syndergaard's not having a great year, if I remember correctly.
Let me take a gander. 3.35 ERA.
That's not the worst.
Oh, that's at home though. What's he pitching this year?
He's pitching a 383. He pitched a 383 for the Angels, and then played one game for the Phillies, and is pitching a 720.
Oh, yeah, that'll go down eventually. But
yeah,
they
got 11 hits off of him in 5 innings.
Yeesh, that's probably why it's so high.
Yeah, he played one game.
Hopefully the Phillies figure it out. And then what I thought would happen, NL Central, the Cards are doing good. Cardinals I thought would do good. Just because they got, I mean, what else do they really hypothetically need?
They don't have competition.
Yeah, that is true. But like looking at their team just like by itself, it's pretty good. I mean, they got Albert Pujols as a DH. Love to see him back in a Cardinals uni.
Mm-hmm.
They have Nolan Arenado, like Paul Goldschmidt, who's having himself a year.
Paul Goldschmidt is having a fantastic year.
There's a lot of talks about MVP Paul Goldschmidt. So.
Yep, I think he'll get a vote or two. You know what name I haven't heard this year, like at all? Christian Yelich.
I didn't hear about.
I'm just kind of looking at the Brewers.
The Brewers.
I'm just like
kind of are honestly.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a word about him last year either. He's not playing.
Because last year he was injured, I believe.
Oh, that's
for part of the season.
What's he doing? 256 at home?
He's 263 total. He's 263.
That's good.
364, 392 triple slash. Which is good. He's having a 2.2 WAR. Yeah, he's playing pretty well.
8 homers. That's why he's not raking.
Yeah.
But I mean, 18 doubles, 35 RBI, 102
Speaking
hits.
of the Brewers. Speaking of the Brewers, though.
They traded
Josh Hader.
Yeah.
One of the best closers in the league. And a team in postseason contention traded him away for another great closer in Taylor Rogers and a couple prospects. I don't absolutely hate this pick. This trade. I think it's just weird. I think it's just unnecessary.
It just screams. I mean, we'll get into how much it screams later. But the Padres right now
win now.
You're gonna win a World Series or you're gonna go home and cry. Like you have to win the World Series this year. You just have to. You have everything. Yeah. If you don't and you lose to the Dodgers, that's not a good look for you. We were having this
conversation. We were having this conversation about the Padres earlier.
Yeah.
Last week, where they're sick of getting beaten up by their big brother in the Dodgers,
who are playing great, 75 and 33.
Yeah. Their 226 run differential, fucking insane.
9-1 in the past 10 games.
Yeah, like it's insane. They wanna they don't want to get beaten up by their big brothers. The Padres don't, and so they decided to go all out. So how do you go all out? You get fucking Juan Soto.
Yeah, yeah, you
They got
do.
a couple other they got a couple other players too, besides Josh Hader, I believe.
Juan Soto and Josh Bell, and
Josh Bell, that's
they got rid of Eric Hosmer. That's what the Red Sox have him now.
yeah.
Because they didn't want him.
Well, what happened was the Eric Hosmer was involved in the Juan Soto Josh Bell trade, and then uh Eric Hosmer has a no trade clause in his contract, and the Nationals were not on that list of teams to be traded to. So they tried to put him in this deal, and he said, "Fuck you, I'm not signing that." And then so they couldn't send him over because it's in his contract. So they ended up sending Luke Voit over instead to the Nationals. So
Poor
rest
guy.
in peace, my guy. And cat's already out of the bag that they don't want Hosmer anymore. So they sent him to the Red Sox for next to nothing, and they also pay his contract.
Yep.
Like through 2025.
I mean, thanks for the free Eric Hosmer.
Yeah, I'm not too upset. I think he's a solid first baseman. It definitely fills a need.
Yeah, we need an actual first baseman.
Yeah. What's he batting this year? He was batting at 272 with the Padres
It's not
before he got
bad.
traded. Yeah. Like again, very solid first baseman, dependable.
Fills not a hole, but starting to be whole. Okay, it was a hole, but
I love Dahlbeck. I think Dahlbeck's great. He can hit dingers, but he's either hitting dingers or striking out.
Yeah.
So, and more likely it's striking out.
But finishing up on the divisions, Dodgers should win easily. The only thing in the Dodgers' way is if the Padres got it and figure it out, because I mean they got Juan Soto, they got Josh Hader, they already had a great pitching rotation, and
Padres depth chart is
Tatis.
Scary.
Yeah, on paper, Padres should easily win the World Series. But they got the Mets, who have been hot.
Oh, they got Brandon Drury as well.
Oh yeah. Mets should be up there. Braves should be up there. Cardinals. I don't know. They might they might do good. They might win a couple of games in the playoffs.
Cardinals can make a postseason push. I don't think they got it. I don't think they got enough in the tank to win a.
I don't think they're going all the way.
I would love to see it though, just so Yachty and Pujols get one last.
That's what I said at the beginning of the season. I'm like,
last ring.
Cards are a sleeper for World Series, but I don't actually think they're gonna go there.
I did not expect the Mets to be as good as they were.
I knew the Mets were gonna be really, really good this year.
I knew they had a good roster, but like they also had a good roster last year. Oh, I hit the bet.
I knew the Mets were gonna have it this year. I don't know why. You
just knew.
Everything on paper just worked out for me. Also, Max Scherzer. Yeah.
Also, has he even played?
Yeah, he played last night.
I know he played for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies.
I'm pretty sure he played like last night or the night before.
Yeah, he's healthy. So is DeGrom. DeGrom is back.
I don't know.
Dude, this rotation is so good.
I know.
I say it every time I look at it. DeGrom, Scherzer, Carrasco, and Bassett.
Scherzer just pitched, I thought.
Maybe he did.
I'm pretty sure he just
he pitched 2 games in the last 7 days. Pitched 13 innings, gave up 10 hits and 3 runs. 2 earned.
In any case,
Jeff McNeil's having a season though.
Back to the trades. There's one trade we didn't mention. Trey Mancini from the Orioles to the Astros. That's pretty big. Trey Mancini was Baltimore's guy. I saw this earlier. He met his wife in Baltimore. He
Mm-hmm.
loves the city. The city loves him.
He beat the fuck out of cancer in Baltimore.
Yeah, I think those are the
Like,
words of the thing I heard earlier. But
yeah, from that urinating tree video.
yep, I watched that.
Yup. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he's a great ball player, great guy. Big locker room guy.
I'm sure if given the chance, I mean, Freddie Freeman didn't do it. He went to the Dodgers, but if he really loves the Orioles, who are on the rise, so if he just gave him a couple of seasons, he could see something out of the Orioles. But
yeah, Trey Mancini was batting .268 with the Orioles. Very good.
That's very good.
He had a .404 slugging. Very good.
So I honestly would not be surprised if he came back.
I don't know where he's gonna see playtime on the Astros, because you already got Yuli Gurriel at first base, and you have Yordan Alvarez as the DH. So I mean, you're just gonna put Mancini in as a rotational guy.
Speaking of the Astros, Vasquez, our beloved catcher of the Red Sox, Vasquez went to the Astros, and I am heartbroken. I love him.
Yeah, the Astros have had a huge hole at catcher all year. Martin Maldonado was not good.
They need a solid catcher who can rake, and that's who they got.
Yeah.
And it is heartbreaking because I love Vasquez, and he found out in Red Sox uniform on the field.
He was warming up for a game. He was warming up for a game against the Astros, and then got scratched for the lineup and told he was getting traded. Like,
that's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking. It really is. It's so sad. But the Red Sox, and that was the beginning of the Red Sox trade deadline.
Yeah.
That's where it started. Everyone thought, okay, I guess we're going to sell. JD's going to be next, probably, whatever. And then we bought. This is the weirdest deadline ever for the Red Sox, I think.
Honestly, go ahead.
Because we sold our best catcher, our longest tenured player on this team was Vasquez. And we sold him off for it wasn't that much, I don't think.
It really wasn't that much.
We got a utility player and an outfielder for the minors. The Astros number 28 and 29 prospects. So kind of nothing. And then we buy in on Tommy Pham. We buy in on the Hosmer trade after that fell through with the Padres.
Yeah.
We ended up trading next to nothing for Reese McGuire, who is the White Sox catcher. What's he hitting this year? Probably not great, because I've never heard of this guy. 225. Holy shit, he's hitting 455 in a Red Sox uniform. All right. He's only played 3 games, but
all right, we'll take it.
11 at bats and 5 hits. I like those. I like those numbers. So 241 average. We'll take it over Plawecki. Plawecki's having a really shitty year. I want Trevor Story to be healthy.
Yeah, not trying to turn this into a Red Sox show, but
it's a Red Sox show now. Yeah. Our fucking team's injured as shit.
Our infield wants to get paid, and I'm scared that we're gonna lose someone.
I think we have to lock up Devers. Devers.
He's an MVP candidate this season. He needs money. We have to pay him.
And David Ortiz has also been saying that the Red Sox need to lock him up long term, pay him what he needs. Because he's such a great player. He's consistently a great player. Bogarts, I would love to also keep.
I want Bogey.
If it's one or the other, I want Devers.
If I had to choose, I'd also choose Devers. But I want to keep Bogarts. He's like a top shortstop.
Yeah.
I want to keep him for sure. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, Devers past batting averages. He's hitting .314 this season. He hit .280 last season, .260 the season before, .311 in 2019, .240 in 2018, which is his worst. His worst career average is a .240.
Who are we talking about?
He's still Devers.
Mm-hmm.
He is in his worst season. He is 1 for 4 at the plate, which is just insane. A career .284 average, like those are very good numbers.
Bogarts is having close to his best season. He is hitting .311, which says it's 7th in the MLB.
Yeah.
Kid's raking. He only has 9 homers, but Bogey's not a power hitter.
Well, I mean, his slugging is .450. That's a big number for slugging. Again, Bogart's worst season is also a .240. He's got a career .291 average. That's insane.
Just pay both.
This kid is good.
Please pay both of them. Anyways, getting back on track. Are there any more trades that really? Oh,
yeah, I know there's a couple.
Joey Gallo to the Dodgers.
Yeah, Joey Gallo sucks though.
He hasn't done shit. On the fucking where was he? Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees getting Frankie Montas and Lou Trevino that is scary. That adds to a dangerous rotation. From the A's for 4 prospects.
And then
Trevino's pitching great this season. What else we got?
No, that's what I'm looking through.
Jose Quintana from to the Cardinals. It's another good starting option for them. Sandy Leon went to the Twins.
I know that name.
Yeah, he's from Red Sox.
Yep. That is.
Who else?
I think all the big names that have.
Brett Phillips went to the Orioles. Whatever.
Man, I just remembered that Javi Baez is on the Tigers, and I want to see how they're doing. I just had that thought.
Not well. Don't look it up. Don't look at it.
Don't lie. Let's see the Tigers. 43 and 67. Christ.
Again, the AL Central is not good.
And I was like, oh, I'm so sad because he's one of my favorite players. Let's see how he's doing. I'm pulling him up and I'll talk about him.
Whit Merrifield went to the Blue Jays. That's a big one. Whit Merrifield's had a good season.
I don't see him, but Chris Bryant, one of my favorite players, he signed a huge deal with the Rockies, when the Rockies are 5th in the NL West at 48 and 63. I don't see him on the roster.
Wait, really?
Oh, he's in the IL.
Yeah, okay. Yo, shout out to the Rockies. Shout out Colorado.
How are
yeah.
Rockies country? Let's
ride.
Rockies
country. Let's ride.
How's he playing? Bryant's got a .306 batting average.
Yeah, but no one talks about him because he's on a shit team.
Let's see. 5 homers. That's surprising. Man, rakes.
Yeah.
It's so sad. But yeah, Rockies country, let's ride. God, that's such a good bit.
Are they the worst team in the MLB right now?
No,
they're not.
No, they're not.
The Pirates exist. Always forget about those guys.
Man, when is Pat McAfee gonna buy the Pirates?
No, the Nationals are the worst. The Nationals haven't hit 40 wins yet.
36 and 75.
That's sad. That's
sad. They're still on 30 wins.
Listen, it's still possible. They're 35 games back, but it's possible.
Who is on the Nationals that matters?
Luke Voigt.
It's gonna say other than Luke Voigt. Nelson Cruz. I forgot he was there.
Nelson Cruz, Victor Robles.
Wait, what kind of contract is he on?
He's got to be on a 1 year.
Please tell me he's not stuck, right?
I'm got to be on a 1 year.
1 year, 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be scary. He looks so weird in a Nationals uniform.
Oh,
I remember when he went to the Rays, and that was weird.
Oh, Patrick Corbin. What happened to you? He's got a 7 ERA this season. He is 4-16.
I like how this is just derailing into shitty players and who we feel bad for.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to a shitty team. Let's see.
The Yankees.
Oh, here's a team we should talk about. The Angels.
Oh, they refused to trade Shohei, even though they would have gotten so much.
They probably could have gotten, I don't know. That would have just been a shitty deal. This team on paper should be a World Series contender.
They should.
They easily.
Well, I have a question for you before you continue.
Okay.
When's the last time you heard the name Mike Trout? Silence is deafening. Huh?
No, I watch a lot of foolish baseball videos, so I've heard him recently.
I have not heard his name in a while.
Trout, he's on the IL right now, but like he's having a fucking great season.
24 homers, 270 average, 51 RBIs. Yeah, that's pretty good.
A 600 slugging. He's slugging 600. Like his OPS is almost 1,000. He's having a great year. It's just, again, shitty team.
It's sad. Shohei, what's gonna happen with him? What's his contract right now?
I think it's up at the end of 2023.
Okay, so he's gonna be traded next season.
Next season, yeah. Next season
he's only making $5.5 million this season.
Yeah, and then he's gonna get traded at the deadline next year for something.
It's gonna be another one of those, like,
he's either gonna get traded, or if the Angels fucking figure out how to play baseball, they're going to keep him, make a playoff run, and then pay him for 20 years. They're gonna give him like a 20-year $1 billion extension, something like that. You think there's that much money in there?
I don't know. Well, I mean, they paid Mike Trout $426 million.
I think Shohei Ohtani has the potential to be the first $1 billion contract signed.
Is that
in sports?
I mean, that's got to be like a 15, 16-year deal.
Oh yeah, lock him up for 20 years.
What is that?
20 years, $1 billion. Sign him. He would take that in a heartbeat. Anyone would. Lock Shohei Ohtani up for $1 billion. That might be one of the stupidest things I've ever said, but it just might work.
Man, that is $62 million a year.
That's not even that bad.
62 million. I put that over 16 years, by the way.
Over 16?
$1 billion over 16 years is 62 and a half million a year.
That's not even bad.
Imagine saying I'm making $62.5 million a year.
Listen, I think that would be so funny.
Because what's Mike Trout's 462.5? Or what was it? 426.
It's 426 over 10. He's making 42.
It's a 12 year.
Oh.
So he's making 35.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got
a little ways to go before we hit that $1 billion contract.
Golly, I mean, I think that he can. I mean, I think he'd have to make more than Trout. Obviously, Who's
it's gonna be in the 500 or 600s for a while.
Who do you think is the best player in baseball?
Shohei.
Shohei? Yeah, that makes sense.
Without a doubt.
I would say the same thing.
This dude has an under 3 ERA, 150 strikeouts, and also like it's not even showing me his batting averages.
So Mike Trout's contract ends in 2030. No way he re-signs, right?
I doubt it.
Wait, how old will he be? How old is Mike Trout?
What is Shohei hitting? Shohei this year is hitting 253, 500 slugging, with 24 homers.
Mike Trout is 31. Oh, his birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Mike Trout.
Happy birthday, Mike Trout.
So that means that he will be what? 39 when his contract is up?
Yeah.
That's old.
You could still go.
Yeah, but he's going to be like an Albert Pujols kind of guy.
Exactly.
How old is Albert
Pujols the old? Yeah, I was gonna say, is he the oldest player in
He's
baseball
42.
Right now? Yeah, so he can still. Trout could still sign.
The oldest player is Albert Pujols.
Yeah. Trout could still probably sign a small deal
for like a year.
He still wants to play.
Honestly, whoever's the best team in baseball, just sign like a 1 year, $10 million kind of thing.
If Mike Trout retires without a ring, that is more upsetting than Randy Moss retiring without a ring.
That is, you're completely correct. That is so sad.
Yeah.
Well, that's about everything. I just saw this one thing. Even though I hate the Yankees, I'm loving how Matt Carpenter is fucking raking. Because I love seeing Matt Carpenter with his mustache. Yeah.
It's so weird to see Matt Carpenter raking in a Yankees uniform. When did the Yankees get Marwin Gonzalez? When did this happen? Why am I just now seeing this?
I don't know, because I don't know about that either.
Huh.
Derek Dietrich's on the Yankees?
I did see that.
I didn't know that. How many teams? He's been on a lot of teams. He's been just stuck in the minors.
I really like how the Sox traded away Jake Diekman for this catcher from the White Sox, who is apparently raking now.
Dude, I miss why am I forgetting? I just said his name. Fucking Derek Dietrich raking with the Reds. I missed that summer. It was so fun to watch him just like shit on the fucking Pirates.
When was the last time the Reds were a good team?
Trevor Bauer.
Ah, yes.
Speaking of which, correct. How is that going? I thought he was appealing his year ban.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it.
Why did he get a ban? He was proven innocent.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like the same thing with Deshaun Watson right now. Where it's
yeah, I guess.
Where it's like you weren't criminally proven of it, but it does, being involved in an incident like this is probably against the player conduct code.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, it probably in his contract it says like don't fucking cause drama and shit.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to see what Matt.
I cannot wait to talk about the Browns.
Oh.
And when we do
previews for Minga football, I'm so ready.
That's the last
so
episode
hyped.
too. It's the last episode because I don't know what's going on in that situation, so I'm gonna leave it till last in case anything else arises.
What, Brown? Oh, that division. Yeah, all right. Well, anyway, that was Minga baseball for today. Just getting back into it, having dipping our toes back into the Minga waters. But we hope that obviously we can continue this, and it's a good project that we're both working on. We're very excited to be back into Minga.
Yep.
And with that being said, you have anything else?
Next week we will be back, and I will have a lot of stats and a lot of numbers will be thrown at you, and a lot of confusing data shall be spoken.
Alrighty. Well, with that being said,
I haven't even told Nacho about what I'm cooking up.
Oh, I'm terrified now.
I'm cooking, bro. You have no idea.
I will catch all y'all Mingas on the flip Word to your mother. Peace out.